Hello everyone, once again Scotty here. Today we are driving the 2019 Mini Cooper SE Countryman all-4 PHEV with the JCW John Cooper Works appearance package. This thing stickers all in for $45,750. It's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. We are only running on the gasoline engine. The reason for that being is that I live in a 70-year-old house in a very rural area, and I found out the electrical service in my house is nowhere near adequate to charge this thing. However, when I received it, it did have a full charge on the batteries, and so I did get to drive it considerably in the electric and the hybrid mode. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's a very comfortable car. I call it a chunky little car. It's sort of got a high roof on it, and if you see it from the outside, it kind of has a chunky, substantial look to it. It really is pretty nice to drive. It's what I would consider a compact car. I'm not sure exactly how Mini classifies it. The seats are very, very comfortable. It has adjustable bolsters here on the bottom that slide in and out. My wife was a big fan of that. She found that very comfortable to ride in. Really love the dash arrangement. It's very reminiscent of the classic Mini. I used to go to Hong Kong a lot, and there was a gentleman in the building that I went to that had an early classic Mini. The early front-wheel drive version from the 60s had a Union Jack on the roof. I thought it was a pretty neat car. I've always been a fan of Minis, particularly the classic Minis. I have not had an opportunity to drive one of the newer Minis ever, so I was pretty excited when they asked me if I wanted to borrow this thing for a week. It's been a lot of fun. It handles pretty doggone well. I mean, it's certainly not a sports car by any means, but for what it is, I think it does very well. It has excellent braking. One of my favorite things is the dash arrangement, which is kind of in the classic Mini tradition. In the center stack here, you have the controls for the radio and a number of other functions, including the nav screen. Love the lighting of it. The lighting changes according to different conditions, and you can customize it. The little car really goes, and as I said, it handles pretty doggone well. Again, we're not going to do anything too crazy here, but it's a lot of fun. $46,000 does seem a pretty fair amount of money to me for a car of this size, but it is a premium small car. It also has the regenerative braking. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but they have a power and charge meter here on the dash, and when I let off, it goes to charge, and when I get on the brakes, it goes further into the charge zone. The gas mileage was really excellent. I'll have that in the full written report. $20 will fill this thing up, and you can run for a week on it. I don't know how big the gas tank is, but it's not very big at all. It's very comfortable for a full-size adult. It has the double sunroofs. One of the things that I don't like is that it has this mesh, and it does not have a plastic sun cover, so it's a little bit warmer in here than I would like sometimes. This is Southeast Texas in the summer. It's kind of a hard car to find fault with. The styling is fantastic. I went to a local convenience store, and this area up here tends to be home to large trucks, and a guy in an F-350 pulled up beside me and was commenting on how cute he thought the car was. I mean, this is a farmer, and he said the word's cute. The mirrors on the PHEV are yellow. I'm assuming to denote that it's something special. Maybe that's part of the John Cooper Works package. Not exactly sure. We'll look at the window sticker, and we'll discuss all of that in the full written report. I think it's a neat little car. If you're looking for a premium small car and you want something to haul a modicum of things with, you can put stuff in it from the grocery store and the hardware store. Well, this may be the car for you. Again, it handles pretty doggone well. It's not super powerful. I mean, it'll go. That's floored. Again, the batteries are not charged at the moment, so we're not getting the extra boost from the electric motors. But the ride is very nice. It's certainly not overly supple. It's a little bit stiff, but that's okay. I'm not a big fan of cushy riding cars anyway. As I said, we've had this thing for about a week and put a pretty fair amount of miles on it. I put a few hundred miles on it, run a couple of tanks of gas through it. And certainly if I was looking for a small car, this would certainly be at the top of my list of cars that I would want to cross-shop. It has some pretty worthy competitors out there, and the Mini is at the upper end of the price range, but as I said, it is a premium small car, so sometimes you get what you pay for. We'll have a full written report at GarageDeluxe.com, and I want to remind everyone to listen to Tales from the Garage every Saturday night from 7 to 9 p.m. We're on the Live 365 platform. You can find us either by going to live365.com and searching for Garage Deluxe. You can download the Live 365 app from any app store for either Android or for Apple. And you can also find us on Alexa. And on Alexa, you just say, Alexa, play Live 365. It's going to ask you which station. You say, play Garage DLX. And there you go. Again, Tales from the Garage every Saturday night with Scotty, myself, Nathan Tazlier, and Jesus Garcia. We hope to see you guys soon.